Ever been in a conversation where the silence was so awkward, even the crickets felt uncomfortable? We've all been there, haven't we? Picture it. You're on a dinner date, the spaghetti is getting cold, and the only sound is the clinking of cutlery. Or imagine a business meeting where the ticking of the clock is the only contribution to the discussion. These are the moments that make us wish for a trapdoor under our feet, but no more. Today, we're talking about taming that fear of awkward silences. Well, fear no more. You're about to become the master of conversation, turning those tumbleweed moments into a verbal fiesta. First things first, we need to change our mindset. Silence is not an enemy. It's just that quiet kid in class who needs a little coaxing. Let's be real, we've all been there, stuck in that moment of silence that feels like an eternity. But here's the twist. There's nothing awkward about silence itself. It's our perception that makes it feel awkward. Imagine this. You're on a roller coaster right at the top, just about to drop. That moment of silence, of anticipation. Now that's thrilling. That's the kind of silence we want in our conversations. A silence that builds anticipation, that makes the next words that much more significant. So how do we do that? By embracing the silence, by letting it serve a purpose. It's not about babbling endlessly to avoid a pause. It's about knowing when to hold back, when to listen, when to let the other person lean in. Think of silence as the canvas on which our conversations are painted. A canvas too full loses its charm. But one with the right balance of colors and white space, that's a masterpiece in the making. And remember, the most memorable conversations aren't the ones with the most words, but the ones with the most meaning. It's not about how much you say, but what you say and how you say it. Remember, it's not about winning a chatterbox competition. It's about meaningful exchanges. Let's turn those awkward silences into golden opportunities. Now, before we dive further, let's talk about The Woman Men Adore, a book that unlocks secrets to captivate any man's heart. A treasure trove of charm, allure, and irresistible magnetism. It's the key to love you've been searching for. Don't wait. Discover it today. Click the link in the description below to get your copy of The Woman Men Adore today. Now let's arm you with some ridiculously easy conversation starters. So easy a parrot could use them. First up, so how do you know our host? It's foolproof. It works at parties, weddings, funerals, hopefully not your own. Second, read any good books lately? A classic. If they say no, well, you can always recommend How to Win Friends and Influence People. Third, seen any good movies? If they say yes, you've got yourself a 10-minute chat. If no, recommend The Godfather. If they've seen it already, hey, you just found your new best friend. Fourth, do you have any vacation plans? If they do, you've got an instant geography lesson. If not, you can always talk about your dream trip to Bora Bora. Fifth, what's your favorite food? If they say pizza, congratulations, you just found your soulmate. Sixth, what's the most interesting thing you've done this week? If they say watching paint dry, well, at least it's a conversation. And finally, do you have any pets? If they do, you're golden. If not, you can always talk about your imaginary goldfish Bob. With these starters, you'll have more lines than a Shakespearean actor. Before we wrap up, here are some pro tips to remember. Be mindful of the context and non-verbal cues. It's like trying to read a book blindfolded. You're not going to get very far. Don't forget to find common ground. If you both love pineapple on pizza, you're already winning. And remember, asking open-ended questions is like opening a can of conversational worms. It just keeps going. And remember, ignore these tips at your own peril. You might just end up in a conversation so silent you can hear your own heartbeat.